go. Ready for this? Bring it.
Hello.
Go.
How you doing? Was given this beta update a couple hours ago, but I took a nap, so try it out for a bit. Crazy room. Yikes.
Not this time. Perfect. Cutting loose. Get on. Up we go. No, you don't. Perfect. Oh.
blocking like way more than he used to. Blocking constantly. A little rusty too. Kind of stopped playing this because the developer pushed an update that made the game cloud saves not work. So I basically have started this game from scratch like 3 times. And he said, "Oh, just wait until the update," because they added like new moves and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, that's why I haven't played this for a while. Kind of had to start from scratch yet again. But at least now there's new stuff, so it's not as bad. Seems to be, cloud saves seem to actually work now, so hopefully this won't happen again. Yeah, I lost everything on this. I lost everything. Whole save just got torched by cloud save problems. New moves, new rooms, new items, new minigame. Trying to unlock the new stuff now. This is the game I got the Steam Deck from, so I'm very eager to help them out, promote this. And like, see, look at my profile, and see how much I use the Steam Deck. Several hours a day. It's all because of this game, so very, no problems helping them. Just gotta get the file back up, so probably in the kitty sitting streams I'll have to play this more. Which is fine, it's not like I don't like the game, I like this game a lot. It's just I have to start from scratch, that's all, so... It'd take a while to get everything back. My only sponsorship game was this. Never been sponsored to play anything else.
Ready for this?
Oops. It definitely plays a lot like the remake, the Odin Spear remake. Yeah, it'd probably be the closest comparison. This game still does its own thing, though. It's not like it's a clone of anything. But yeah, if you played the Odin Spear remake, it's the combat is pretty similar.
Perfect.
But yeah, I got sponsored to play this game. And I actually wanted to take the sponsorship because this was something I was going to play anyway.
Oh, no, you don't.
I don't like just shilling random stuff. I get why people do it, but I have my reasons why I don't want to. But I was approached to play this, and they sent me like $500 for the Steam Deck. So, and I used the Steam Deck pretty much every day, so it was a very fruitful sponsorship, as I was responsible with that money. I didn't blow it on stupid stuff.
Can I just use my pants for this? I can still do this with paws.
so I can get the new move if I do like one more level. All right, let's do it. Yeah, the only other time I really got sponsored was when PlayAsia sent me PSN code for Yukimura Den, the last Basara game that was released. But then they said I didn't meet the threshold. Don't have the numbers to get more sponsors from them. I was like, ah, it's whatever. All I had to do was just plaster their referral link on those videos. And they gave me the game for free, so... That's the only 2 times I've been sponsored. 18 years of doing this.
Up we go.
I get a lot of scam ones, a lot of the fake ones in the email. It's like the new thing now. Gotta watch out for that stuff because they try to take credentials for your account. But this isn't really being my usual negative self towards my lack of success on here. It's realism. You gotta realize these companies aren't gonna sponsor a small channel like me. They want big numbers, and I don't have big numbers. So I haven't been affected by those scams, but I get a lot of them. It's pretty annoying. I know somebody who got hit by that, and he lost his entire account. He had to basically like go through a bunch of BS to get his account back. Because it's like basically you download like a PDF file or something, and I guess somehow they get into your authorization token. Like they bypass like the cookie and the two-factor authentication. It's pretty nuts. And I'm like, I can tell I haven't fallen for anything like that. And they're like, why the hell would these big companies want to sponsor a nobody like me that barely gets any views? It's an obvious scam. I did get one from NetEase, but those people ghosted me. They probably looked at how low my views were and decided I wasn't worth it. I'm like, well then why the hell did you send me an email? I don't meet the criteria.
Ready for this? Cutting loose.
Not even like looking at my channel.
Ready for this? Cutting loose. Bring it. Dead on. Dead on.
I don't know, the sponsorships that you see out everywhere, they do pay people, but I just don't like, the stuff that they promote. I wouldn't use it. I'm not gonna play like Raid Shadow Legends or something like that. I had to block them from sending me emails. I had to unsubscribe. They would send me those like every week. I'm like, I'm not playing your shitty game, alright? Especially because I know people that have taken it, and I know that it's basically begging people to play the game. That's how you make money from them. The actual flat rate they pay is like nothing.
Not this time. Up we go.
And like at that point, I would just ask for donations, right? You know, help me out, and I make more content. I think that's fair. But I know that people aren't going to want to play that stupid game. It's an extra step for no reason. That's pretty much what it is. Like, you just send me $5 and I would make more than begging people to install that game. Most people don't even meet the threshold for those anyway. It's pretty rare.
this? Ready for this? Up we go. Bring it.
They always tell you it'd be like up to, they tell you the fee to be like up to like $400 or something, but they're basically gaslighting you because you need to get like a couple dozen people to install and play that game, which is pretty hard. I don't hold it against anybody for people that do that. It's pretty hard to get people to want to play that garbage. I think most people would rather just donate. If they understand it, you know, you need financial support. A lot of people would do exactly that. Like, yeah, I don't want to play that garbage, but here's $10. It's less effort on everyone's part. It's a win-win.
Bring it. Ready for this?
You can support them for free by doing that. It's just that most people don't want to do it. That game is barely a video game. It's basically just a microtransaction simulator that plays itself.
Cutting loose. Perfect.
Yeah, that's why I don't take it. That's why I don't take their sponsorships. They do pay. It's not like they're lying. It's just you have to meet a really high threshold of getting people to play the game. Most people are more willing to donate to you just outright. Here's $10. Keep making content or something like that instead of having to play that game.
Ready for this?
That's pretty much how they make money doing those. It's like it's almost impossible to meet those thresholds. That's how they make money, because they're never actually paying out the almost never paying out the full price, like the full flat fee. It's not a flat fee. Yeah, a lot of people wonder how they make money giving so much money away in those sponsorships. It's pretty much because they're giving away peanuts compared to what they advertise. Unless you have an extremely supportive community that actually wants to play that garbage for you, which not many have. I know some people that pull a couple hundred or even like 1,000 viewers, and they don't even meet the threshold. So it's like, you're gonna send me that garbage and try to convince me that it's gonna be a good financial decision for me. I'm like, I watch people that get 1,000 concurrent viewers that can't meet that threshold. And there are channels that get a large amount of donations as well. Small and large, every time they stream. Like, if they can't meet that threshold, why the hell would I waste my time doing that? Disproportionate amount of effort for, like, no reward. Hard work is one thing, but you gotta work smarter, not harder.
Ready for this?
Yeah, I follow somebody. He's done that sponsorship like multiple times. I don't think he's ever met that threshold. As far as I can tell, he hasn't.
Perfect. I'm just done.
It's a pretty big ask.
Ready for this? Bring it. Bring it. Dead on. Ready for this? Slide.
This game is on Switch. It's on Switch. Buy it right now.
Behold, my genius.
Oh wow, he gets a parry follow-up too. That sounds pretty awesome. Huh. Let's see here. Yeah, it's on Switch. This update is going to be coming soon. This is a beta, but you can play the game right now.
Up we go.
It's not working. It's weird.
Up we go. Up we go. Let go. Cutting loose, cutting loose.
I don't know if it's on sale right now. It's worth the asking price. It's a good game. Roguelikes have been pretty shitty lately because of Vampire Survivors, so it's nice to have something that's actual action roguelike. This game is really skill-based as well, which I think really sets it apart. Because a lot of these roguelikes have thinly veiled forced grinds. You don't really have to grind for anything in this game. It's all just stuff that makes the game a little bit easier or more fun, but you don't ever have to grind. You can beat this game on your first run. I mean, most likely you won't, because you have to learn all the attacks and everything, but there's nothing stopping you from doing that. I played a game last year called Lootmancer that basically gaslit you. It like lied to you, made you think that you could do it with skill, but you couldn't. A, because they blocked like important base moves behind grinding, and then also a lot of the endings in the game were built around doing things quickly, and the only way you could do it quickly was by beating the game fast, so you had to grind. That actually really pissed me off. The game had decent combat, but I didn't like the forced grinding, because it seems like it's just like a normal like skill-based game like this that it just happens to have like random elements to make it more interesting to keep playing. I was like, nope, you had to grind for like everything in that game. It was pretty dumb.
Ready for this?
Meta progression in these games is fine. I don't mind it. I actually really enjoy it sometimes. It's just, you can't lock, like, basic mechanics behind it. But that game also locked, like, endings and stuff behind it as well, so you were pretty much boned. You couldn't do it on a fresh file. It's not possible. You had to grind. They were supposed to add, like, a build system to that game, but they straight up lied. They never did it. I got a review key for that. I played it for a while. It was decent, but definitely felt like they're really desperate for replay value, and the whole game just kind of suffered because of it. These games are a lot more appealing to me when you unlock stuff. I like the unlocking of things. I just don't like when it's forced. It's a big mistake a lot of these games make. That's why I like Wizard of Legend. That was one of my favorites. Because that game was like actually difficult, but it was balanced around being able to do it without unlocking anything. You didn't have to grind. So it felt satisfying. It felt like an arcade game. Maybe 1 CC on your first try. But there was stuff to make it easier. There are more ways to make the game fun. It's just it wasn't required. And making these games is kind of hard, though, because people kind of expect that stuff at this point. And if you don't have it, people think your game is, like, broken. It's possible to have both. Have, like, interesting things to unlock to keep the game interesting after you've beaten it, like, 20 times or something. But then, like, also still have it be skill-based. So it feels like your skill actually matters instead of how much you grind. Yeah, they should have sponsored me to play that game, huh? I played that game to death. Great game. But yeah, this game strikes a really good balance of having things to unlock, but not ever feeling like you're forced to do it. You're never forced to do it. Just like if you like the game and you want to go for those objectives, they make the game more fun, but never at any point are you required. I mean, this is pretty much a fresh file and I'm beating it with nothing. Just because I've played the game before. I might have half damage on right now, though, because I'm trying to unlock everything. My save got wiped by a bug a while back. I have to start from scratch. But I don't really care, because I've beaten pretty much every boss in this game, no damage, multiple times. I don't really have anything to prove skill-wise. I just want to unlock everything, but I definitely did beat this on a fresh file, like nothing. Unless it's actually well designed. Yeah, Wizard of Legend did that very well. They had stuff to unlock, but you never felt like you had to. You could beat the game with the crap that it gives you at the start. There's nothing stopping you. Just took practice.
Dead on. Ready for this? Bring it.
Yeah, now you learned a little something about how Raid Shadow Legends works and why I don't take those deals.
Get on. Bring it.
Because I know for a fact it's not worth my time.
Oh, no, you don't.
I think people would rather just support me up front or give me a game or something if I needed it instead of playing that garbage.
Up we go.
I'm not even going to meet their first threshold, realistically. I mean, a lot of the big channels don't even meet it, so why should I bother? It's a complete waste of time. I don't wanna shill their crap, because I would never play it without a paycheck. I'll shill this because I was gonna play this game anyway. So, no loss to me. No loss to my integrity playing this. I was excited for this game before it even came out. I was fiending for this game, like, way before it ever came out. The developer even said that they were, was like one of the first people to, like, believe in the game. So that's why I got the sponsorship.
Time to put you down, beast.
Ready for this? Ready down. Up we go. Perfect. Not this time. Get on.
Stand aside.
Bring it.
Don't get cocky.
Ready for this? Bring it. Not this time. Not this time. Go. Bring it. Cutting loose. Oh, no, you don't.
Be gone.
Not this time. Running down. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, no, you don't.
Wizard of Legend 2 looks kind of rough, honestly. Looks like, I don't really like the art style. And it's made by different people, so I don't know if it'll be anywhere near as good. It's kind of hard to tell. They haven't really shown much gameplay, but I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be able to strike that delicate balance of, like, actually, being able to beat it on one credit like an arcade game and not do any grinding. I think that's going to be like the biggest thing for me. If they don't nail that, I won't have much interest in it. I hope that the combat will be anywhere near as good. Hey, there I am in the credits. There you go. Alright, now we can play on hard mode and get more stuff. GG's.
Up we go.
Yeah, this attack is not working. This attack I got is not working for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's like bugged or something. This is a beta. It's possible I might have screwed something up. Maybe I have to like enable it or something. I don't know what's going on here. It's like not working. I have to turn it on or what? So that's kind of a that's kind of a buzzkill. Yeah, I don't like turn it on or anything. It's not working. Oh, let's play something else then. Let me tell the developer right now that the new moves are not working. That sucks. But that's what happens. It's a beta. Can't really get too upset. Okay, well let's play something else. Because I've started over on that game like several times now, so I'm not really wanting to do it without the new stuff. Let's play something else. That's kind of a deal breaker right now, unfortunately. I mean, I am a beta tester. He said I could stream it, so seems like everything else is working fine, but those new moves are not working at all. It's just completely like broken. I'm doing the input and it's not coming out. But they're in the Netherlands, I think, so probably not going to hear anything back about that until tonight. So let's play something else in the meantime. Yeah, it's from the Children of Morta studio. I think that game had a lot of forced grinding, so I'm not too enthused about that, honestly. I definitely think that I don't know, maybe they should have gotten somebody else to do it. We'll see though. Can't really judge something that barely has any gameplay out. But yeah, I'm
Welcome
definitely
to the Ace Mine training system.
pretty concerned that game won't be as good. Especially if they launch it in early access.
マイな革命9エース排除開始九重白面マイ夏響き琥珀ラグナーザグラノエルバーミリオンラグナーザ響き
真っ向勝負は専門外ですが
Yeah, this game is legit. I'd say this and Helvetii are like the, probably the best action roguelikes out right now. You can also beat this game with no grind as well. It's pretty well balanced. I feel like the other roguelikes you can play right now like don't even really come close to this and Helvetii. They're like the best action roguelikes, in my opinion. I really didn't like Dead Cells that much. No, that's considered to be like the best. I actually didn't like Dead Cells that much. I played it a good 30-40 hours. I think the combat in this and Helvetii are like more interesting because you're playing as a character. You're not playing as a blank slate with like a weapon. You're playing as an actual character, like a fighting game. So you get all the advantages of playing as like an actual character instead of usually in games like this, you're just a blank slate that's just kind of like you pick up random stuff and you use it. They don't really have like actual characters or movesets. I think that's what sets this game apart. RoboQuest, yeah, I think I have a Humble Bundle key for that, but I don't really like first-person shooters, so I hear that game is good though. Just wish it wasn't a shooter. Shooters a really hard sell for me. I don't like first-person shooters. That's because I'm at the beginning of the game. And I don't have any debuffs. I'm also only playing on normal difficulty. I'm not playing on hard mode. Yeah, I didn't care for Dead Cells that much. I just didn't like the combat. Thought it was kind of boring. Just felt limited. Got like pretty much all his potentials, didn't I? Yeah, he's like my... Actually, I only have one that I didn't get. Yeah, I've got pretty much all his potentials. Do I want to go for a Sonic the Hedgehog build or not? That's kind of my decision right now. Well, there's a couple things I didn't like about Dead Cells. The first was having parry be stuck to a shield instead of just being a universal action. I didn't like that. The movesets are really small. It kind of just felt like he just kept pushing the button. They did add some more unique weapons later on, but it just didn't feel interesting like this does. We actually have like an actual moveset. And you're playing as a character. And yeah, I didn't find the actual combat to be, like, that interesting. It's like, yeah, this is alright, I guess, but... I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't. I got my money's worth out of it, and I, like, don't really intend to really go back to it. Outside of maybe checking out an update or something. Yeah, that game is considered top tier. It's not a bad game at all. It's actually a really good game. It's just... I didn't particularly like it that much. I put almost as much time into this in the past couple weeks than I put into that game over years. That was part of their marketing program for that game. Basically how they made that game popular was they gave people keys, and they told them to stream it, and they didn't pay any of us. And it worked for them, because that was like their big marketing push with that game. It's actually pretty interesting, because now pretty much everybody else does that. Like, they gave me a key for that game for free. The only time I paid for that game was on Switch. I think I had the mobile version as well for a while, but, yeah. They need to get rid of this boss. This boss is terrible. They'll probably put this on Switch, but it's in early access, so they're not going to do it anytime soon. I think they said this game's supposed to be done. This game's supposed to be done by, like, early next year. That's what they're saying, at least. guys hear they demoed the new Switch behind closed doors at Gamescom, and it's supposed to have like DLSS and like be really powerful. I'm like, man, I'll believe it when I see it, because Nintendo's always you get actual games you want to play on it, because that's something that both PlayStation and Xbox are lacking. They have shit for exclusives. They have good hardware, but shit for exclusives. Nintendo has games you actually want to play. Their hardware is balls. They always cheap out on it. I'll believe it when I see it. I have a lot of concerns about these rumors. I got so tired of gaming on the Switch. Games just run like garbage. I'd like them to prove that they can actually make good hardware and not make garbage. I can barely run games at like 30 FPS, but all these rumors are saying otherwise. They're actually putting effort into having decent power in the hardware. I'm like, man, Nintendo hasn't had a powerful console since the GameCube. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but there are a disproportionate amount of multi-platform games on the GameCube that actually run the best. I can name one right now. This probably isn't a game that a lot of people have played, but Mega Man X Command Mission, the turn-based RPG they made for Mega Man X, that runs at 60 FPS on GameCube. It's like barely 30 on PS2. It's like a night and day difference. I think the load times are also faster as well. That was like the last time that they actually had any kind of competition in the arms race in terms of tech. That generation, the GameCube actually had a lot of better multi-platform ports. I don't know if anyone's ever did a video on that, but that's one I can definitely tell you. I think like if you play Command Mission, you play it now, you go download the ROM. Pretty much everybody tells you to play the GameCube version. I think the only thing the PS2 version has over it is it has the Mega Man X8 collab content, which is like a 2-minute boss fight. It's not enough to warrant the worst frame rate and loads and everything. But yeah, ever since then they've had much worse hardware than everybody else. They pretty much just drift along on having you know, their exclusives don't suck. Their exclusives are really strong. That's pretty much it. Other than that, they really don't have much going for them. But like Xbox has like no exclusives at all right now. They've killed Halo, they killed Gears of War, they killed Forza. Like what else is left? That's one of the main reasons why they're losing. Yeah, that's why I have a hard time believing it. That's why I have a hard time believing it. N64 was a unique case because it actually could probably could handle a decent amount of the PlayStation games. It's just they decided to go with cartridges, which really bit them in the ass hard. Because cartridges are way more expensive to produce than discs, so they ended up with barely any third-party support because games started getting larger in size at that time, and it was too much of an investment with like not much reward. There were some pretty awesome ports, like StarCraft and Resident Evil 2. Those got N64 ports, and they were pretty impressive, but there are very few of them. There are very few. You kind of needed to have a PlayStation and N64, or have like a friend that had the other console. Wasn't like now where you can pretty much get by with like a Switch and a computer. It's definitely different now. If you want to play everything, it's best to just have a Switch and a computer. You can pretty much almost completely ignore PlayStation and Xbox. I'd argue you can pretty much ignore PlayStation for the most part, because they're actually starting to put all their exclusives on PC. You got Ratchet and Clank. That was like last month, right? You got both the Spider-Man games already. I think they have Uncharted. They have God of War. So yeah, if you're willing to wait, over a year, which I understand a lot of people aren't willing to do that, then you definitely can pretty much completely ignore PlayStation and Xbox. What's up, Zex? That game didn't look interesting to me. I know a lot of people really like it. I don't think that's the kind of combat I would like. Yeah, it is weird how that one's not on PC yet. Kinda should be by now. There's supposed to be an update for Wo Long in like 20 days. They basically put out the typical apology tweet that we're all used to. You can go on their site and you can read about it. And everything they say that they're improving sounds like things that the game needs. But actions speak louder than words. I don't know what else to say about it other than that. I mean, they're promising they're going to fix the PC port. The PC port is terrible. They're going to make like the loot more interesting. They're going to make the weapons actually be more unique instead of basically just being having attack speed and the R1 differences. Otherwise, they're all pretty much identical. They're saying they're going to fix all of that stuff. And I'm like, I'll believe it when I see it, because Wolong does not have, unlike Stranger of Paradise, does not have a good foundation to add all that stuff, because they dumbed the game down so much. So, I don't really think they have a lot to work with. Now, judging from what they're saying, it says that they're going to fix all that stuff and add even more stuff, but I don't really have a lot of hopes that they will actually do that. The thing about Stranger of Paradise is the campaign sucks, and the first DLC was like basically nothing. So if you stuck around until the second DLC, I thought it became a very fun game, but it was very weak. The thing about the campaign of Stranger of Paradise is that they have the power level mechanic, and it just took out like any semblance of actually having a build. Because what ends up happening is you just put on whatever gives you the most numbers. You can't even really enjoy the builds in that game until you get to the second DLC. And I think that's a big ask. That's a problem that all of their action RPGs have had, but having the power level system made the first playthrough very boring. The campaign already sucked. I mean, the campaign in all the Team Ninja action RPGs is always average at best. But then they added that power level mechanic like it was an MMO, and all that really did was just make it so you just put on whatever gave you the most power. There was no thought process at all. I mean, there's a reason why they put that kind of stuff in video games, but usually it's for, like, online games to, like, gate content or prevent people from leeching or something like that, but it's, you know, it's predominantly a single-player game, so I don't see why that was needed. It definitely really hurt that game. That game is one of those games that's like, you know, when people tell you, like, this game gets great after 30 hours, and you're like, well, if the game's gonna feel like a chore to play for 30 hours, I can't really fault people for not wanting to play it. You know? Not everybody has that amount of free time and patience to stick with something, you know? It should be fun, like, right away. Not 30 hours later. Stranger of Paradise is definitely one of those games. The build variety in that game is better than, like, pretty much anything else you can play, but you gotta sit through a boring campaign and play for a good couple dozen hours before you can get to that point. So, I can't really, like, honestly recommend it to people. But I think the problem with Wolong is that they have a much worse foundation. The foundation is just so much worse in Wolong compared to Stranger of Paradise. So I feel like they have a lot less to work with. But I've got the game. I'll check it out. I'll check it out for sure. I don't expect miracles, but they might pull it off. They have in the past. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is still worse than Wolong. Out of all the action RPGs they've made, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is the worst one by far. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is even more shallow than, what's it called, Wolong, by a pretty large margin. That game's pretty much just got the novelty of having, you know, Marvel characters and X-Men and stuff in games again. The combat and the build variety and everything is just like, it's the worst out of all the games they've made. It's a huge difference between even Wolong. Wolong at least has somewhat functional combat, it's just like one-dimensional.
いかがです逃げられませんよ。
I don't know, my take on it is they're action RPGs. They're always good, but generally it takes like 1 or 2 DLC expansions to actually be like a really good game. It's just the difference this time is that they have like a really shitty foundation to work with, so I don't really know if they can pull it off. That's kind of the issue. It's like, oh, that game already has like such one-dimensional combat as it is. I don't know how much they can change without like making a completely new game, but I did buy it, so we'll find out, I guess. Yeah, I don't have a lot of faith that they can deliver. But they've always been a developer that's very receptive to feedback. Unlike some of these more popular companies, they actually like listen and they try to accept all the feedback within reason. They've always been really good about that, so we'll see what happens. I just think the foundation of that game is not really giving them a lot of leeway to do that with. It's such a dumbed down game in like every aspect compared to their other ones. I just find it funny that they dumbed down the combat so much, and people still couldn't get past the intro boss. I'm like, what was the point of dumbing down the combat if people can't get past the intro boss? And then they nerfed the tutorial boss, like, considerably. And people are like, why did you do that? You know, that boss is actually a good boss, because it teaches you everything you need to know to beat that game. But I remember when that happened, I told people, like, they did that as totally a business decision, right? Because they can track achievements. They can track achievements. That's what determines a lot of nerfs in games and stuff. Is when they see that people, like, aren't getting past a certain boss, and they're getting refunds and stuff. Like, that's when they start to nerf things. And that's totally why they did it. Because people were refunding the game because they couldn't get past that boss. And like, what was the point of dumbing the game down that much if people still can't get past the boss? They can't get past the first boss. Like, like, what was the point of dumbing it down that much? Clearly, you didn't need to dumb it down. Because that boss filtered out a lot of people as it is. You could have made the combat a lot better. But instead you dumbed it down, and you still had to nerf that boss. Because you're getting refunds, and people returning the game and stuff. It's like, I don't know, man. It goes to show that you can dumb something down a lot, and it doesn't always mean that it's more accessible. It means you'll sell more copies. It doesn't mean that people will stick with the game or like it or recommend it to their friends. So, in the end, dumbing the game down that much did nothing. Nice job.
痛いですよ。戦士陣逃げられませんよ。戦士陣戦士陣射出ご注意。貫く痛いですよ。貫く戦士陣貫く少し痛いです。ご注意。逃げられませんよ。貫く戦士陣貫く射出ご注意。痛いですよ。戦士陣貫く少し痛いです。ご注意。復帰します。とどめ戦士陣貫く射出ご注意。こんな感じ。戦士陣面白い方ですね。
I think that's why this game is so good, because the foundation is really solid. So they don't have to do like sweeping changes. Ironically, they have. They've improved the game, but like it was really solid when it came out. The first early access build was like really good, and that's an advantage they have over games that have like much worse foundations. This is one of the best early access games I bought. I did not get a review key for this. I paid for it with my own money. I'm not shilling this game because I'm getting paid. they did an incredible job, and they actually launched with a lot of content as well. A lot of these action roguelikes are pretty good, but they have like no content. So if you buy it at launch, you just like don't have much to do for a long time. They already added one character. They've done some pretty major improvements to the game as well. I think there's supposed to be another update this month, but probably judging that new character just came out like last week, probably going to be at the end of the month. I'm very excited for that. Next update's going to be good.
ご注意。とどめ痛いですよ。貫くとどめ貫くこんな感じ。ご注意。いかがです？戦士陣
Dead. Nice dead.
こんな感じです。いかがです？とどめ。貫く。逃げられませんよ。戦士陣痛いですよ。貫く。こんな感じです。いかがです？
Last boss is down here. Looks like I went the wrong way. Generally the last boss is up that way, so let's go hit the shop. I don't have anything left to unlock in this. I've unlocked everything. I have like so much currency because I've been playing this almost every day since it came out. Nothing else to unlock. Mostly just get the potentials on the characters. I already have almost all of them on this guy. Most of my characters I like, I have all the potentials unlocked in the compendium already.
いかがです？
It's like all I've got left to do. I don't really care for the hard mode because it doesn't really give you anything special for doing it. Not too keen on hard modes when they just give you a cool reward for it. Cool if you got like better drops or something, but it was like way harder. It's kind of just they do change their movesets and stuff. I'm just not interested right now. Probably add like some kind of meta progression to it later. Probably encourage more people to actually play it. But they added an easy mode this patch, so probably trying to balance the game a little bit more before they do that, which makes sense. Ouch! I didn't know that went that far. Oh good, I needed that. Alright. Yeah, I have a feeling that all the random Flash game robots minigames and stuff is all probably because they don't have the rights to actually make new BlazBlue story. I talked about this in my video, and I don't think a lot of people watch that video, unfortunately, but from what I know about other collaborations and stuff, they sometimes companies don't let you write any more story at all. Like I think like Nier, for instance, when they put Nier in PGR, there was no story at all. There's not like a single line of text, which is weird because Nier's a very narrative-focused franchise, right? But there's no story at all. I found out that they weren't allowed to write any story. I mean, like, 2B is a popular character for obvious reasons, but apparently they got told that they couldn't put any story in it. They got around it in a way. They had like a little bit of like non-verbal, non-text story, but yeah, it was kind of strange. That series is known for like having a lot of story and cutscenes and talking and stuff. There's nothing wrong with that, but when you play that game, it's the collab in that game, it's very off-putting. It's like they barely talk. The BlazBlue writers don't even work at the company anymore. The creator is gone as well. I feel like they got the license to use the characters and the voice lines and the sprites and stuff, but they probably were specifically told that like they can't add more story. That's why you have these random robots running around that like no one likes. They have like nothing to do with BlazBlue. That's my thought, at least. I don't know for sure, but I think like pretty much every time they put like 2B in a mobile game or something, they're not allowed to write any story at all. Which is kind of ironic. There's like such a big story focus in those games. It's not like just the gameplay.
痛いです。戦士陣影戦士陣戦士陣貫く。ご注意。失礼。続けましょう。終わりにしましょう。面白い方ですね。
I don't have a lot of faith this run will finish. I have pretty crap damage, but I don't really care. I'm just playing for fun.
貴様に死を
逃げられませんよ。貫く。影伸びろ。痛いですよ。貫く。
我の拳を受ける。
痛いですよ。戦士陣とどめ。逃げます。とどめ。逃げられません。貫く。とどめ。とどめ。影伸びろ。
貴様もそこまで。
とどめ。逃げられません。とどめ。貫く。影。逃げられませんよ。
This is a pretty shitty build. I have like no damage.
防げない。とどめ。痛いですよ。戦士陣逃げられませんよ。
逃げろ。
いかがです？
貴様もここまでだ。聞かんな。
影伸びろ。痛いですよ。貫く。
神の手この力は我にこそふさわしい。
とどめ。影伸びろ。とどめ。重い。
そろそろ終わらせよ。
重い。防げない。
Made this boss a lot less fun to fight. Super annoying. Like how you can barely see him as well.
とどめ。とどめ。
I don't really like this boss much. Other bosses are better. This run's toast. I don't even feel like finishing this. That's the thing about Hibiki, is his potentials are pretty bad. He's a good character, but he really only has a couple good potential builds. And I actually think those builds are like not that fun to play. So, unfortunately, his potentials are very lacking. He doesn't really have a lot of game-changing stuff. A lot of it really sucks as well. Oh, yeah, I don't feel like playing that anymore right now. I just don't like how he puts you in hit stun all the time and you can't hit stun him. I wish that game did not have hyper armor. Why can't you stagger him? He's human-sized. It would be a lot more fun. But then, like, a lot of the stuff that launches you is just trash on the bosses because they don't stagger. You know, at least he should stagger. I don't know, hyper armor is such a half-assed way of making things... trying to make things balanced. I find it really boring design. Let me have fun. But that's mostly a problem with Hibiki. I also wasn't playing very well, too. That's not the game's fault. But he's definitely really lacking in options, for sure. His potentials are not very good. Let's see, what time is it? I think it's gotta about time for me to go pretty soon, so I'm gonna try one thing, and then I gotta go, because my neighbor needs an errand done tonight. I probably won't be streaming over there until after I feed the cats, so this is kind of the replacement stream. There's a stream I want to watch that's going to be starting up very soon, and then my neighbor needs something from the grocery store, so I gotta do that during my normal stream time. Let's try out this new game really quick and see if I can stream it. So I've heard conflicting reports on whether you can stream this game or not. Honestly, it sounds like you should get a Steam Deck. A Steam Deck would solve, like, all your problems, man. You should get a Steam Deck. I don't know what your financial situation is, but Steam Deck is better than a Switch in, like, every way. Can run a lot of the same games, like, literally 4 times better. It's pretty nuts, actually. Yeah, I don't like telling people to get a gaming PC because it's really expensive. You know, it's gonna cost like at least $1,000 to get a decent computer. But like, yeah, a Steam Deck sounds like it would be perfect for you. I haven't gotten PGR running on the Steam Deck yet, actually. I haven't done that yet, but I need to do a benchmark for that at some point. It's just I'm kind of running low on space right now, so I can't really do a lot with it. Yeah, a Steam Deck would be great for you, I think. Probably the cheapest way you could play PC games. Yeah, I've noticed the Switch is like really on its way out because it's like 90% shovelware now. It's getting to that point that the Wii was at towards the end. There's like a couple good high-profile games from Nintendo, and then like, you know, now they have like indie games and stuff. Like Blasphemous 2 just came out. That's a really awesome game that I want to play at some point. Not right now, but when I have a little bit more money. But like the store is just infested with so much shovelware. It's so hard to find anything worth playing on there. There's so much of it is obvious mobile ports and just complete trash. It's pretty sad, the decline of the Switch. It had a lot of really good games worth playing at the start, but now it's just gotten inundated with shovelware. That's all that's on there now. I noticed a lot of the Switch channels, a lot of the Switch-focused channels are, like, struggling. They're, like, struggling to find anything to do. Because there's just, like, no games coming out. And I'm like, yeah, it's pretty much, they've got some decent stuff this holiday season, but everything in between there is just complete garbage. Like, the worst stuff possible. It's pretty eye-opening, for sure. how bad it is right now. No, it's gotten really bad. I've been looking at it. There's like just nothing. There's nothing worth playing on there at all right now. There's so much shovelware on there.
Right.
The Wii was like that towards the end too. The Wii had so much garbage, so much trash. That's why it's going to be really interesting if Nintendo actually does deliver a better console for their next-gen device, because it's going to basically kill shovelware. There's going to be a lot less of it. It's just, I don't know how well that's going to work. The Switch has, like, more shovelware than even the Wii did, and the Wii was, like, the real beginning of, shovelware being synonymous with Nintendo consoles. The Wii was where it began, because it's like on the N64, there were a lot of shit games on the N64 as well. The N64 doesn't have that many good games, like third party. It's mostly the same couple games you're gonna hear always, like F-Zero, Smash, Zelda, Mario. Very few, like, actual third-party games worth playing. But they still had some effort put into them, right? Because it was really expensive to make cartridges versus CDs. So, like, the PS1 actually had more shovelware than the N64. But when the Wii came out, that was when it started becoming, like, the library for the Nintendo stuff became, like, way worse. I don't know, there'll still be shovelware on the new Switch if it's actually as powerful as these leaks are saying, but I think there'll be a lot less. I think it'll go back to the way it was in, like, their earlier consoles. Yeah, I was looking at the Switch eShop because I haven't been on there in months. See if there's anything worth playing, or at least dumping and playing on emulator. Like, nope, there's not. Nothing to play on that thing, man. It's this complete barren wasteland. I definitely do believe that they're winding things down for sure. 'Cause this holiday season is like one of the weakest they've had. They've got like a 2D Mario, they've got Detective Pikachu, Scarlet Violet DLC. That's basically it. They're like really hurting for big games right now, and I think the reason for that is because the developers are all working on the next Switch. You can tell that it's winding down a lot. Like a tremendous amount compared to just like even a few months ago. they had Tears of the Kingdom and all that other stuff coming out. Okay, I think I got some good stuff here. Alright, how's this looking on stream? I gotta go, but just wanted to see how this was running. Apparently some people have had like major memory leaks playing this, apparently. I wasn't really looking at it, but yeah, this seems a lot better than Diablo 4. That's pretty much what everyone's saying. I like playing games like these casually. I'm not very passionate about these, but right now I just don't really have anything new to play, so just kind of looking into it a little bit. Yeah, my computer goes into jet engine mode if I try to run it above 60 FPS, so I just have it, I have it capped at 60 right now. I know that's kind of uncharacteristic for me. I'm a big frame rate junkie, but yeah, that's how I've been running this game. I tried to run it at 165 and it runs fine, but my fan goes into like jet engine mode. You know how the base PS4 like freaks out? You try to play like a really heavy game like Neo 2 or something, and you're in a party, and like the fan comes on and it sounds like it's gonna take off into orbit. It's very rare for my computer to do that. It does happen sometimes. Usually on poorly optimized games, for the most part. Yeah, I was kind of looking at maybe playing this for a bit. See if I like it. How do I craft stuff? I don't know how to craft things. I don't know how to craft things. I'll have to read up on this game. I haven't really read anything on it yet, but I've been enjoying. I've only been playing it for like 90 minutes. Just been playing it off stream because it's actually pretty ironic because Diablo 4 had that problem as well. Diablo 4 had a really bad memory leak. Remember, I played that game for like 2 weeks. That game had a really bad memory leak. I couldn't even like load Discord with that game open. It would like lag like crazy. Apparently this game has the same problem, but it doesn't seem to be affecting me right now. The computer's still working normally. But yeah, I got paid from YouTube. I got like my $60 esports pennies from YouTube, so I wanted to try it, see how it works. I think that's gonna do it for now, though. I gotta get over to my neighbor's house. She wants me to go to the grocery store, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. This is going to replace the normal kitty sitting stream that happens about an hour from now. Because I'm going to be watching a stream myself and then helping her get something from the store. I'll probably stream again after the cats eat. So around like 8:30 or so. So about 3 hours from now should be another stream. But yeah, we can play some Turtles later. If anybody wants to play Turtles later, later tonight would be the time. But for now, I must go. I gotta throw some clothes on and get over there and figure out what she wants, and then I might get something to eat as well. So no kitty sitting stream in an hour. I'm not going to be doing that stream. This is the replacement stream. And then I don't know if I'll stream tonight either after the cats, because I have some Steam Deck stuff I gotta do. I gotta do a Steam Deck video for... What do I have ready? I've got Mega Man X Dive. There's been a lot of people asking about that, so I gotta get a video out for that. I don't know how much else I have ready, but I'm trying to work on maybe doing a Muso game on Steam Deck video, but I don't know how many of them are going to run very well, and I have to redump some of the games, so I might take tonight off. There might not be a night stream tonight. I might take tonight off to do that, actually. I'll see how I feel. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in like 3